Hello, this is the Lord's Legion and welcome to the best villains ever, the show in which I talk about a specific villain and talk about their backstories, abilities, greatest feats, and why I love them so much. Now, due to the upcoming release of Batman and Harley Quinn animated film, I think that this is a fitting time to do an episode specifically on Harley Quinn herself, which is a little surprising to me because before Harley Quinn, I have not done an episode on any of the Batman's rogues gallery, unless you count Deathstroke, who isn't exclusively a Batman villain. Now, Harley Quinn's origin story has been tweaked a lot over the years depending on which version you talk about. However, the most consistent aspects of Harley Quinn's origin goes as follows. As a teenager, Harley Quinzel attended Gotham State University on a scholarship for gymnastics. And despite how she was the best in her class, this was far from Harlene's true passion. As a matter of fact, Harlene was incredibly keen on getting a psychology degree, and due to her constantly getting low grades, she ended up cheating her way through the entire course and ended up getting the degree. Harley Quinzel eventually got a job at Arkham Asylum as a doctor. However, there was one specific patient that Harlene was keen on, who we all know as the Joker. After a few months of trying, Harlene finally was able to get a one-to-one with the Joker. And as the Joker was opening up with his quote-unquote past, Harlene eventually sympathized with the Joker and even fell in love with him. However, she was unaware that the Joker this whole time was manipulating her. And one night when the Joker escaped from Arkham Asylum, Batman brutalized the Joker and sent him back to Arkham. However, when Harlene found the Joker brutally beaten, she saw Batman as the ultimate enemy and she's sworn revenge on him ever since, seeing as how she sympathizes with the Joker. After this, Harlene decided to take up the mantle of Harley Quinn and turn to a life of crime, breaking the Joker out of Arkham and ultimately became the Joker's female acquaintance. Now, looking back on Harley's origin, you can't help but feel sorry for her. Despite how Harley did some questionable things before even her transformation, she never really did any harm. And seeing Harley slowly but surely becoming the Joker's pawn just makes her all the more sympathetic. And even when you consider other aspects of her origins, such as her mob boss father as well as her mother who constantly disowns her, you just can't help but feel sorry for Harley Quinn. And when you see her in a relationship with the Joker and how abusive it is, ultimately you just want Harley Quinn to finally open her eyes and break out of that relationship. Now, considering Harley Quinn is often portrayed as a very skilled human being, you'd be surprised that Harley Quinn actually does have a few powers of her own. After Harley consumed the potion that was given by Poison Ivy, Harley had developed enhanced strength, speed, agility, and durability. And despite how she isn't exactly classed as a superhuman, she is known to be at peak physical condition. Not only that, Harley Quinn is also immune to most toxins and is even shown to be immune to the Joker's venom. Recently, Harley Quinn has been shown to have some sort of resistance to psychic attacks, and has even been shown to block out mind control, which is probably due to her insanity. And she even has an accelerated healing factor. Again, Harley's healing factor isn't quite superhuman, but she can heal quicker than a typical human. In terms of skills, Harley Quinn does have genius level intellect. Not quite like Lex Luthor or Batman, but she is still incredibly smart. Not to mention that Harley is also a weapons master, being capable of wielding multiple firearms and melee weapons. She is also a very skilled hand-to-hand combatant, and as mentioned before, she even has gymnastic skills. Also, Harley Quinn can be incredibly stealthy and is even shown to be a master of disguise, like the time she decided to disguise herself as Batgirl. In terms of weaponry, Harley Quinn's main weapons of choice is of course her iconic giant mallet, as well as her classic large pistol, which shoots out some fatal rubber bullets, and also recently a baseball bat, to which complements her speed. And as you could imagine, over the years, Harley Quinn herself has achieved plenty of feats. And just so that we're all aware, I'm going to be sharing feats from both pre-Flashpoint and the New 52 Harley Quinn, seeing as they're both around the same level. For starters, Harley Quinn has humiliated Batman numerous times whenever they face off with each other. Harley is also capable of balancing herself with just one finger, showcasing her impressive strength. She has also beaten the Joker before in many fights and has even broke up with him in recent memory. She has also taken down the Black Mask while he was a Black Lantern himself, has also beaten Deadshot in a fight before, and famously Harley Quinn is a major member of the Suicide Squad. And as mentioned before, Harley Quinn is capable of shutting down mind control, can regularly dodge bullets on a daily basis, and even while dodging bullets she is capable of shooting her opponents with amazing accuracy, has once tanked a shot from a crashing rocket and got up with little to no wounds. She has also tossed Two-Face off a balcony once, Plus Harley Quinn not only outsmarted but also beaten Killer Croc in a fight before, although was shattered after the fight, and while disguised as Batgirl, she was able to go toe to toe with Tim Drake and Cassandra Cain, and even when Nightwing eventually showed up, she was able to hold her own until she could eventually escape. Not to mention, Harley Quinn at one point was able to behead a giant shark. Harley Quinn is also capable of unlocking her handcuffs with only her legs, has once been knocked over by a car and then just got up like nothing ever happened, and strangely enough Harley Quinn has shown to be capable of knocking out an alien out of the ring. And as you could imagine, Harley Quinn has plenty of different incarnations through other mediums. And of course I have to start with the original Harley Quinn, who originated in the DC animated universe. To me, this Harley has the right balance of charm, badassery and even sympathetic, and to me will always remain as my personal favourite version of Harley Quinn. And then we also have the Harley Quinn who appeared in the Arkham games, who for the most part is exactly the same as the one from the animated series, however over time she became a little more rebellious, especially after the events of Arkham City. And even with that being said, I think that this is a pretty badass interpretation of Harley Quinn as well. Plus we have the Injustice version of Harley Quinn, who is a little more heroic than our traditional Harley Quinn, which is actually a breath of fresh air, and although she's a little more heroic and trying to do the right thing, she is still very much crazy. And I think it's appropriate to include the New 52 in this segment as well, who not only is a little more sexualized, but is a lot more independent as a character. And although plenty of people really do like this version of Harley Quinn, I am certainly not a fan. And it has nothing to do with her being over-sexualized or being separated from the Joker, but I feel like the New 52 Harley Quinn has evolved into more or less a female Deadpool, and I feel like that this is a step down. And last but certainly not least, we have the Harley Quinn who appears in the DC Extended Universe, portrayed by Margot Robbie. And what can I really say about this version that hasn't been said already? She really does feel as if she jumped right out of the comics and onto the big screen. And she really did translate well in the DC Extended Universe. Now it's no secret that Harley Quinn has a huge rise in terms of popularity in just only the last few years alone. And when it comes down to it, she really does have a lot of charm to her. But not only that, Harley Quinn as a character has a ton of layers behind her as well. She can be hilarious, she can be badass, she can be sexy, and she's just all in all a very fun villain. But beneath all of this going for her, she is a very tragic character. And with all the trauma that she went through with the Joker and everything like that, you just can't help but feel sympathy for Harley Quinn. And with all that going for her, this made Harley Quinn into one of the most iconic villains in the Batman's Rogues Gallery. So because of how unpredictably powerful she really is, as well as having multiple layers around her, and just how iconic she really became over the last few years, this is why I personally believe that Harley Quinn is one of the best villains of all time. So are you a huge fan of Harley Quinn, and which is your favourite interpretation of the villain? Comment below and share some thoughts. And as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Take care and have a good one.